let's talk about affirmations, why they don't always work and how you can make them work for you. What is the best affirmation? Should you use them? How to use them? This is stuff that we're going to cover in this video. So with that, let's just dive right in the presentation. And I want you to stay with me because this is very important. If you get what I'm going to show with you right now, I'm going to show you, like, give you a little preview. I'm going to show with you right now a very powerful illustration that will help you to actually master affirmations. I will tell you how I use them, how I've used them in a way that it didn't work for me. And I also learned from a lot of people that they use affirmations and they stayed in the same loop of affirming things, actually don't believing them, and then nothing actually has changed. So let's talk about affirmations. So what most people do is they start off with an affirmation, right? So no matter what life area it is, and they say, for example, money comes easy to me. I am now this. I have now this. This is now true for me. But it never really becomes a felt real experience. And that is already the key, right? So they just say it, but they're still in the old awareness. They're still in the awareness of it not being the case, right? They just affirm it to, trying to convince their mind. But here's the big problem. If you try to convince your mind, you can even create a lot of resistance because you tell yourself something like, let's just say you don't have the financial situation that you want right now, and you tell yourself, I'm rich, I'm financially abundant, and just tell this to your mind. Your mind will instantly look for proof, right? Because you make a statement and your mind is like, okay, but where is it? And you pay even more attention to your bank account, you pay even more attention to your bills, you pay even more attention to, I don't know, like clients coming in or whatever it is. And then you feel like, well, but it's not the case. I'm not rich. This is what the mind will basically like tell you. And then when you're still like super identified with that, then you will believe your mind again. And then you'll be like, no, I have to convince you I'm rich. But the problem is that the mind can only believe what's in front of it right now. Your mind is tied to the senses. And if you look into your world, that's what your mind believes to be possible for you. We know through Neville's teachings, through the law, that of course via our imagination, via our internal world, and we can consciously craft and insert new things basically in our inner reality and assume new things and dwell on new things, that we can make new things and new states natural for us. But if you're still in an old state and you just say, you're still in a state of, lacking finances and not being at the financial level you want to be, or you're still not having the relationship life you want to have, or not the lifestyle you want to have, and you say, but I have this amazing life, but I have this, but then you still are triggered, you still react, your mind can't believe it, you sometimes work against yourself. So that's not the way, right? So what I wanted to illustrate here is that most people say their affirmation, but then they fall back, and they keep affirming, but they actually don't shift their state, which is necessary for a new circumstance. If you just are engaged in your thoughts, and you just tell yourself nice stuff, well, that's cool. That will make you feel good for a moment. But again, your mind won't accept it. It might feel very resistant. You haven't fully shifted your state. So therefore, you can't really see and generate and remain in the new circumstances. And I will also share with you at the end of this video what Neville had to say about affirmations, because he had also an opinion on them. And I want to share that with you. But now let's talk about this illustration, because this is how you can use affirmations to make them work. Because I'm not saying that affirmations are not working. I'm just saying that when you use them consciously, not just vainly repeat words and think that this is going to manifest. No, affirmations can also, as any other method, as any other tool, they can be a tool to align you with the ideal reality, to align you with your desired state, right? To make an inner movement, an inner shift, which is then reflected back. So let's just say we stay at the money example. So you say money comes easy to me, but you're not just saying it, right? You feel into that statement, because otherwise those are just words. Honestly, if you say I'm rich, I'm this, I have this relationship, I'm this, I have this successful business, whatever it is, these are literally words. Words don't do anything if there is no intention, no feeling, no inner movement behind it. So instead of you just saying it, really like state it and feel into it, right? That is actually the key, right? Feel into that version of you that would actually say that statement, but not just say that statement and try to convince your mind. So now the interesting thing then is that at some point, if you really feel into that affirmed statement, therefore you shift your internal state, you will get some confirmation. Maybe it's already the next day, maybe it's next week, maybe it's next month, but when you stay loyal to that new state, your external world will confirm that to you. So maybe you get some extra money, maybe you get some more clients, maybe you get a pay raise, maybe someone unexpectedly gives you money or gives you money back that you've forgotten. I heard all stories, I experienced all of that. So you will get any sort of confirmation, but don't judge it and think, okay, now that's the end. I got some money, that was my manifestation. Yeah, just observe that without judging it and create a positive feedback loop. So when you get some money, then you can use that to even empower that state and say, oh, I'm actually financially abundant. So you say, okay, money comes easy to me. Here and there, you might get some extra money, you find money, someone gives you money back, you get more clients, you get a pay raise, whatever it is. And then you utilize that externally. You actually use the affirmation, so to speak, to even more confirm a state that you now shifted into. I'm actually financially abundant. Boom, you will get even more confirmation. You can observe it and you can say, yep, I'm financially abundant, and really make that your new internal dwelling place. So you can also utilize affirmations to, in a sense, empower or stabilize a state you are already in. But if you just use words to get into a state, that usually doesn't work, right? You also need to feel into those words, because just saying I'm healthy, or I'm wealthy, or I'm happily partnered, I'm in this relationship, but without awakening that within you, will just remain at the surface level and not give you results. That's literally what it is. So it's not about the words, right? It's not about the words you affirm, it's what they awaken within you, right? It's about the internal movement. So affirmations without a state shift are useless. It won't do anything. You will just waste time and create resistance. So it's about awakening within yourself the mood, right? I am financially abundant. Or hear yourself imaginatively how you say that to someone, right? I achieved my goals. Or I got it. It's mine. It's done. I achieved it, right? Whatever this the self-talk, right? Hear yourself how you would say this to someone else. You don't have to do that. You can also state this affirmation, but again, the most important thing is you awaken the mood that is connected with that affirmation in you. If it doesn't awaken anything in you, if it doesn't make an inner shift in you, it's useless. And what you can also do, instead of saying a statement, right, instead of saying I am X, Y, and Z, you can also ask yourself, what would it be like? Would I have X, Y, and Z? So instead of affirming I'm this, if I would now be financially abundant, earn twice as much, earn 3 times as much, be financially independent, have this relationship, have this successful business, be the successful business owner, what would that be like? What would I feel like right now? To give yourself the allowance to let that mood come up, to catch that mood, to catch that feeling and dwell on it and make it natural, right? Now, I want to share with you what Neville had to say about this before I'm going to conclude this video. So he said this, straight to the point: let us leave these schools of thought that use affirmations and denials. The best affirmation, and the only effective one, is an assumption, which itself implies denial of the former state. The best denial is total indifference. Things wither and die through indifference. So if you don't give them awareness, if you don't give things and states attention, and you don't dwell on them, they stop being expressed. But they're kept alive through attention. You do not deny a thing by saying it does not exist, right? You do not, manifest a thing by just saying, okay, I'm this. I mean, yes, of course there's a power behind words, but if it's just words, it's just a shell. If you use those words as an intention to generate certain moods in you, like I'm financially stable, and you again awaken that, powerful. If you say I'm financially stable, doesn't do anything. So don't rely on the words, right? Use it consciously to generate a new state in yourself. So rather you put feeling into it by recognizing it, right? That's what I said, right? So you assume that state actually with that affirmation, and what you recognize as true is true, be it good, bad, or indifferent, right? So that state, of course, already exists. Creation is finished. The state you want to shift into, the reality, is in existence, but it will remain a potential if you don't align to it. But if you, out of your current state, affirm things, but you don't, that doesn't align you with actually having it, with actually feeling the relief, the naturalness, the knowing, the certainty that it is done, that it is yours, well, it won't really do much. So that's my take on affirmations. Again, going back to this illustration, that's how I use them, if I use them, right? So when something happens that I like, I, of course, use that as a confirmation for a state I'm already in. So let's just say, I get a new client, then of course I say, okay, of course, because I have an amazing, evergreen, successful business. Or if, someone shows me, love in a relationship, then of course I say, yeah, because I'm happily partnered. Use that consciously to your advantage to, confirm and reaffirm a certain state you're in. And if you use it to get into a new state, well, then feel into that affirmed statement instead of just saying a vain, empty statement, because those would be simply like empty words, right? So don't be a parrot. Don't think that you need to say like 10,000 affirmations a day. I had clients that came, out of certain practices where they literally were made to believe that, the more they say it, the more it will be true. But like I said, you can also work against yourself with affirmations. If you say something, then your mind doesn't see proof of it, and then you feel a lot of resistance, and you feel like you feel delusional, you feel like lying to yourself because it is not here yet. So use it consciously and dwell in the mood and, make alive that new state in you. If you need any help with that, check out the free resources beneath this video. One is my free masterclass where I show you how to shift into a new state, become a new version of you, mistakes that people do. And if at some point you say that all of this makes sense, Neville's teachings, the law of assumption, shifting your inner world, literally becoming someone new by aligning with that version of you that already exists. You're not really becoming it, you're just selecting it. By manifesting any goal that you have, by having a community around you, having support from me, having a well thought out program step by step, then just apply for my program. That's the second link in the video description, pinned comments. And then we can find out together if we are a good fit. If yes, cool. If not, there are also no hard feelings involved. And you can keep learning for free on my channel. So that's it. Speak to you soon, guys. And if you affirm right now, affirm consciously and feel the reality of those statements and don't just state empty things. All right? That's it from my side. Speak to you soon.